Think big decisions are logical. Think again. Your brain runs on tiny triggers. We think we are masters of our choices. We believe logic guides every move we make. Science shows something far sneakier at play. Our minds are incredibly susceptible to subtle cues. These small environmental nudges can hijack our whole decision-making process. It feels almost involuntary sometimes, like someone pulled a hidden lever. This is the switch bias in action. It's about tiny inputs creating massive behavioral shifts. Think of it like a dimmer switch. You don't flip it all the way on. A slight turn changes the entire room's mood. That small turn changes everything. But what's specific? Everyday switches subtly steering your choices right now. I remember one specific afternoon. I was in a coffee shop downtown. I needed to write a difficult proposal. I felt stuck. My thoughts kept looping in circles. I stared at the blank screen for ages. I was mentally exhausted. I felt completely paralyzed by the task. My brain was refusing to cooperate. It was a real battle against my own focus. I kept telling myself I needed more coffee. More caffeine, I thought, would fix it. I ordered a third cup, feeling foolish. The barista noticed my struggle. He didn't say anything. He just walked over. He subtly changed the playlist. The previous music was aggressive jazz. It felt too chaotic, too sharp. He swapped it out for something ambient. Soft piano chords started playing, just barely noticeable at first. But suddenly, the tension eased. My shoulders dropped a fraction. My breath deepened naturally. It was like a physical release. I looked back at the screen. The words started flowing. They came easily, logically. The problem wasn't my willpower. It was the background noise, the subtle shift in the sonic landscape. That quiet change unlocked my entire creative process. That ambient music was the switch. It reset my internal state. It didn't solve the writing. It simply allowed the writing to happen. This shows the sheer power of ambient cues. Consider lighting for a moment. Bright, harsh fluorescent lights feel draining. They promote alertness but also anxiety. Now, imagine the same task under warm, indirect lamps. The mood instantly shifts. You become calmer, more reflective. Your thoughts slow down, becoming deeper. Scents are even more potent. Did you know certain aromas trigger memories? A whiff of cedar can evoke deep focus. A faint hint of cinnamon might signal comfort. These inputs bypass your conscious reasoning. They hit your emotional core directly. They are shortcuts to your limbic system. You don't process them logically. You just react to them. Your body just knows what to do. This is the core concept of the bias. We are not purely rational machines. We are highly reactive biological systems. Our environment is constantly sending signals. We are constantly being nudged. Sometimes we don't even realize it. It's a continuous, low-level tugging. Are you aware of what's around you right now? The temperature, the color palette, the background chatter. These things build a subtle psychological pressure cooker. If the pressure is wrong, your decisions will be off. You might choose a worse route home. You might agree to something you shouldn't. You might even feel sudden, unearned bursts of confidence. These are all environmental echoes. They are the switches flipping inside you. So, how do you fight back? How do you stop being so easily manipulated? The key is to create a pause, a deliberate gap between the cue and the reaction. You need to decouple your decision from the trigger. Think of it like building mental resistance training. When you notice the cue, label it. Say to yourself, I notice the soft lighting. I notice the specific chord change. Acknowledge the trigger without accepting its command. This act of naming it weakens its power. It pulls you back into your own conscious self. It separates you from the automatic response. Try this when you are stressed, when you feel that sudden urge to buy something, or the sudden need to agree with everything said. Pause. Take 3 deep breaths. Force yourself to isolate the immediate input. Was it the word used? Was it the flashing, advertisement. Pinpoint the smallest thing that changed your internal state. Then, ask yourself a different question. Instead of what should I do, ask, what am I feeling right now? Focus on the internal sensation, not the external suggestion. That internal check is your defense mechanism. It's your mental immune system kicking in. It forces you to own the choice. You move from reaction to intention. This practice builds mental muscle memory. It makes you less predictable to your own environment. It makes you more robust under pressure. It is about regaining sovereignty over your immediate thoughts. It is about reclaiming your internal landscape. Don't let the world's tiny details make your big life choices for you. Next time you make a snap choice, pause. Ask yourself, was that a decision or just a trigger firing?